We're going to talk about a recurring rumor that I've heard over the years. The one about black women being insufferable and, I don't know, I guess having stank attitudes when black men walk by. Objectively speaking, is that true or is that a reach? Over the past 6 months, I've heard several people talk about it, whether in person or on the internet, on Facebook. I've seen a few videos on YouTube talking about this subject. And so I decided I was going to do a little bit of an experiment for myself personally. What I did is for the past 6 months, I said if I see any young black woman around my age, or whatever, between my age and about the age of 30-ish or whatever, I would just look at them and I would nod my head and say, "Hi, how's it going?" And just see how they respond. My whole objective was to see if this rumor about black women just acting stuck up and stank-faced whenever a black man talks to them or tries to interact with them, I wanted to see if that was true or not. And now, generally, I speak to everyone that I deal with out here in this world. I'm just a polite person. But like I said, I wanted to do this experiment because I really wanted to see if this was objectively true for myself. And so it would be anybody. It'd be a store clerk. It'll be somebody from my job. It'll be, I don't know, just anybody from anywhere, From my personal experience, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I think some of y'all are reaching. Most of the black women I've had to deal with in day-to-day life, running errands and whatnot, will actually be very polite towards you. I've had several co-workers if I ran into them and they needed something or whatever, and it was like, "Hey, how's it going?" and very nice to you, will smile at you, will wave, give you a fist bump, whatever it is, And the whole narrative of black women just being stuck up, all extra smiley face when Chad comes around, laughing and talking to Chad and just so happy and polite and feminine and all of that type of stuff. I'm saying I've seen black women act like that around me and other black guys too. And so I'm trying to figure out where this narrative is coming from, that black women get all stiff and stout whenever black men come around. Objectively speaking, I don't think that's 100% true. Look, I get that there are definitely some stuck up, bougie acting, ratchet women. I've seen that before. I've seen it a lot, especially when I was growing up, when I was a teenager and whatnot. A lot of girls that were around my age at that time, some of them were just, they thought I was kind of like a nerd or whatever, so they were kind of like rude to me or whatever. But I see black men a lot of times, not all of them, but a lot of times I see black men basically talking about how black women just act all stuck up towards them, but they're all extra nice to men of other nationalities and all that type of stuff. And then they try to use that as an excuse to go and get themselves a Becky, or to get themselves a Ming Hua, or a Nina Martinez or something. And I'm saying, man, y'all keep trying to find any reason under the sun to justify not wanting to be with black women. And I'm calling BS on that. If there's anything that I've noticed over the years, is that black women are just like everybody else. They're like other humans, okay? In other words, they want to be talked to and treated like a human. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be, when they walking down the street and the first thing you do is just start disrespecting them, talking about how big they behind is, or saying, or trying to flirt with them like you in a music video or something. Be like, "Hey, come here, baby girl. Hey, what's up?" And doing all that bull crap. Walking up to the girl like, "Hey, so I'm trying to see what's up with you though." And all that pickup line nonsense. And from what I've noticed, just with my own two eyes, watching people out here as I interact with the world and I run to and fro, is that when you approach black girls like that and you talk to them like that, then of course they're gonna probably have somewhat of an attitude towards you, or they're gonna look a little strange or whatever. You know, stop sliding into girls' DMs like a thirsty, dehydrated Sahara Desert rag. And when you out and about and you're around young black women or whatever, talk like you got some common sense. I mean, if you see some random black girl at a park or something and her face, you know, she has an air quote resting face, if you know what I mean, instead of looking at her saying, hey girl, you should smile, you know, instead of saying that, why don't you just look at her and say, hi, how's it going? Your face will probably light up with the biggest smile in the universe. Honestly, this video was just a random thought that came to my mind within the past day or so. You know, I saw a few videos. I saw Kevin Samuels' video, and I don't agree with everything that he says. He makes some good points, but you know, I saw him, he was going in on this one sister talking about, you know, if dudes are constantly telling you to smile, then you should smile more and all that. So I'm like, you know, us brothers, we need to address some of the biases that we have towards our women, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, in all walks of my life personally, dealing with different women in like professional environments and whatnot, I've seen all kinds of women from many different nationalities with toxic attitudes and disrespectful, rude, stuck up and snooty and all of that type of stuff. Matter of fact, some of my worst case scenarios dealing with women in the workplace have been with Caucasian women. You know, being extra rude and all extra stuck up and whatnot. I'm like, Karen, I just simply asked you where the break room was at. Chill out. Whereas if it was like a sister like around my age or whatever, you know, I ask her where the break room is at. You know, she's very enthused to help me out. You know what I'm saying? Smiling and whatnot. You know, we even offer to lead you to the direction of where the room is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill and nice and friendly and feminine. You know, I've had different young women that I know literally tell me that dudes just be thinking that they stuck up and all that type of stuff, and I'd be like, I didn't think you was stuck up. You know, you're just a regular person to me, you know? So I think black men and black women, we need to change our attitudes towards one another, you know? Because I mean, I'm tired of seeing us tear each other down. You know what I'm saying? There's good black men out there and there's good sisters out there too. I've seen the best of both worlds, man. And stop letting one or two negative experiences that you had in your teenage years affect you for the rest of your life. Because objectively speaking, those few little experiences are not the totality of what is to be experienced out here when dealing with other people. You know, a couple of bad experiences that you had when you was like 17 years old and a couple of girls, you know, was stuck up and mean to you is not the totality of who black women are. You know, like, I know dozens of black women right now who are very kind, sweet, respectful, friendly, funny, talented, charismatic women, and you wouldn't know that because you so busy trying to slide in their DMs like a dehydrated rag, being disrespectful instead of just being polite and respectful. Like, then it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. There it is.